Good evening. Welcome to the Yorktown Central School District Board of Education meeting for November 7th, 2016. Can I have a motion to go into executive session for the employment history of a particular individual and contractual negotiations?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to go back into public session?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good evening. Welcome to the Yorktown Central School District Board of Education for November 7th, 2016. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be followed by a moment of silence for our armed forces and those in our Yorktown community who have lost loved ones, especially the father of Pauline Quinones and the mother-in-law of Jeanette Weiss.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for being patient. Sorry we were late coming out. Ralph, I don't know what you have planned, but I'm just turning it over to you.
Terrific. Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for waiting for us, and I appreciate all of you being here. If you don't mind, I'm going to move to the podium where I'm going to address the board, so forgive me in advance for having my back to you, and then we'll pick up from there. Thanks. Sorry, I'm determined to break the table. Good evening. Am I on? Yes. Thank you. So good evening, everyone, and this is one of the exciting moments for us at board meetings. Thank you. Because we have the opportunity to honor the board. And during the course of the year, there are many wonderful board meetings, most often when we're having students present the good news. I think every other week when the students come from our schools, that's the most exciting time for all of us, because we get to see who's being educated in our schools, and more particularly how well they're doing in their educational experience. But three of the nights that really mean a significant aspect in my superintendency is when we honor the teachers who are receiving tenure, when we honor the teachers who are retiring from the district or who are celebrating significant anniversaries, and when we're honoring the school board. So I was trying to think, as you know, I've always tried to match stories with an event. It's not always easy, but I was thinking about our literary magazine, and for those of you who have been lucky enough to see it over the years, Trish Calhoun and the kids do a great job. And the literary magazine is called Soupstone, and it's based on the story of Stone Soup. And many of you have probably heard that story over the years. The reason why she uses it with the literary magazine is because the more people contribute, the better the product. And our literary magazine is always outstanding. It's won a lot of rewards, as a matter of fact, because there are many contributors. So I was thinking about Soupstone and decided that I would share the story of Stone Soup. And I hope that you'll see the connection to why I would choose that story for tonight. Many years ago, 3 soldiers, hungry and weary of battle, came upon a small village. The villagers, suffering a meager harvest and many years of war, quickly hid the little that they had to eat. And they met the 3 at the village square, wringing their hands and bemoaning the lack of anything that they had in their village to offer. The soldiers spoke quietly among themselves, and the first soldier turned to the village elders. Your tired fields have left you nothing to share, so we will share what little we have, the secret of how to make soup from stones. Naturally, the villagers were intrigued, and soon a fire was put to the town's greatest kettle as the soldiers dropped in 3 smooth stones. Now this will be a fine soup, said the second soldier, but a pinch of salt and some parsley would make it wonderful. Up jumped a villager, crying, what luck! I've just remembered where there's some left. And off she ran, returning with a spoonful of parsley and some turnips. As the kettle boiled on, the memory of the villagers soon started to improve. Barley was added, followed by carrots, followed by beef, followed by cream, and all into the great pot. A cask of wine was also brought out and taken into the square to be included in the feast. They ate, they danced, and sang well into the night, refreshed by the feast and their newfound friends. In the morning, the 3 soldiers awoke to find the entire village standing before them. At their feet laid a satchel of the village's best breads and cheeses. "You have given us the greatest gift, the secret of how to make soup from stones," said one of the elders, "and we shall never forget that." The 3rd soldier turned to the crowd and said, "There is no secret, but this is certain. It's only by sharing that we make a feast." And off the soldiers wandered down the road. And the miracle of this story is the more we share, the more we have to give. You, members of the Board of Education, have shared your time, your thoughts, and your talents with us over this past school year. You have recognized our work, you have recognized our students, you have made everyone in the district feel valued and important. And because of that, we have experienced great success at Yorktown. And tonight is our turn to share our appreciation of you with the community. So on behalf of all of us, administrators, faculty and staff, students and parents, we thank you for your time, your talent, and your desire to make Yorktown a great place for students to learn. Thank you very much. And now, I hope you like the story of stone. Do you like some stone and stone soup? I'm going to try it tonight. It'll work. So at any rate, I'm going to go back to my seat, and we're actually going to begin with Mr. Arduini, and he's brought one of our students who has a beautiful singing voice, and I know you're going to appreciate hearing her sing this evening. And that's, well, maybe I'll let Mr. Arduini introduce her. Mr. Arduini, you're right there. And do you want to introduce Amanda, or do you want me to do that? You'll do it. Perfect.
So this is Amanda Montgomery, and she's going to be singing Once More I Can See. Without a mic.
So thank you, Mr. Arduini, and most particularly thank you, Amanda. Amanda's beautiful voice continues to become a little bit more beautiful each year. And I think that if I recall correctly, and I may be wrong about this, Amanda, so you remind me, the first time I really became aware of your singing voice was in the performance of Hello, Dolly. And you were very young at that time, maybe a freshman in high school. Does that sound right? And who said I'm getting old? So, and I remembered being quite taken with your voice at that point in time and saying, gee, I have to follow that voice through the years, and I'm happy to have had the opportunity to follow it, and it sounds more beautiful each year. So thank you very much. You're welcome. And so I think Mrs. Torrente, although she's becoming younger each day, as she fades into the audience with the students. So Mrs. Torrente is here, and I think she has a group of orchestra students, and thank you all for being here.
Good evening, and I'd also like to add, on behalf of the music department, our thanks. There are a few things that you need to play an instrument and to attend our rehearsals. You need the instrument, you need the music, but as importantly, we need pencils. So I know that everyone gives you presents here, and we don't have great presents for you, but we do have these pencils that if you were in my middle school orchestra, you would be earning. And they say, I survived the 28-day practice challenge. Yorktown Strings rock. So, thank you very much. So when you're home wondering what the kids are doing, they're all practicing.
And
right?
Ms. Torrente, just to set the, just to set your story straight, we do have a great gift. We have you. So, and as a result, we have a phenomenal. Yes, we have them and we have you. And
Thank you.
that's more than any gift that anybody could expect. Beautiful.
If I could take just a minute to introduce some of the kids. If you are a senior, if you could just wave your bows at us. Yeah. And Amira is also the voice of the announcements in the morning. If you are in the high school, that's Amira. We have Pranav, who is a brand new bass player this year, a sophomore. So he's joining us for the first time. First public performance on the bass, actually.
Yeah,
Yay, Pranav.
great.
Bravo. We have some freshmen with us today. Emma and Laura, can you show them the bow? There we go. And who else do we have? A couple sophomores here. And Amanda, you've heard, she's also a beautiful singer and actress. And so really fortunate to have all this talent with us. And we have lots of sports people here too. Sports? Field hockey. Olivia, field hockey player. And volleyball. And what else? I have swimmer, right? Big swim. And tennis people there. So we share. And we have a lot of talent with us. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Whatever you Yeah, it was a little bit off. Thank you, Ms. Torrente. Thank you, guys. So we're also very fortunate this evening to have with us Lisa Tomini. And I think all of you know Lisa. She is the president of our PTSA and mother of 4 students in the Yorktown School District, including the junior chef, right?
Yes. Vanna White with me, but I think she's on strike. I will do the honors. Give you the gift before we explain it.
It's all right. It's a game, I think.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Lisa. Oh, wow.
So you may be wondering what I just placed in front of you. It is a game called Mancala, and it is an ancient game that historians have traced its roots back to roughly 500 to 700 AD. So it is a very, very ancient game. It is a classic count and capture game, and if you open it, you'll see some seeds in there. Typically, it's played by 2 people, and the object of the game is to capture all your opponent's seeds. But it teaches a lot more than the mathematical skills. It teaches a lot of fundamental skills that build character. So it's very much a game of patience, and you may not get all the seeds in the right bucket at the right time, but with a lot of planning and practice, the hard work pays dividends. So on behalf of the district PTSA and all the building PTAs, we want to thank you for all your hard work, because it certainly is paying dividends for our students. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
And I would add, Lisa, we have the greatest PTSA, and we find all the members in all the buildings of the PTAs in our schools to be so student-oriented and so generous with their time and service, too. So I thank you on our behalf, because you certainly do a lot as well, and we're very appreciative. We thank you for your leadership on the PTSA. Thank you. I think we have, Nancy Torrente worked in, I don't know if you were paying attention, Mr. Nardone, but I'm sure you were. Did you notice when she gave the plug in the orchestra to all the athletes? And then she said field hockey, and she said volleyball, and she said soccer, I thought, or I made that up.
Tennis.
Oh, swimming and tennis. All right, so she got that plug in. So I just want you to know that this evening, Mr. Nardone is here, and he's brought along with him. Did you bring 2 students, Mr. Nardone? So Siddharth and Tony, I guess, is here. Am I right? And Siddharth is one of those Renaissance, because I think he's being used by every single group. He's a Renaissance man. So I don't know, Tony Fiore, if they let you into that secret, but just so that you know, they decided that they would recruit Siddharth for athletics, for art, and for writing, right? Is that correct? So from now on, when I call you Renaissance, you know what that's all about, right? Got nothing to do with a nickname. It's just a characteristic. I'll think of you that way from now on. And also our, by the way, salutatorian for the class of 2017.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here this evening honoring our Board of Education for their service and dedication to our students throughout our district. When I arrived in Yorktown some 15 years ago, what I witnessed was a community committed to athletics and a very successful high school sports program. It was my opinion that what was missing included outfitting our teams with uniforms, providing new and updated equipment for all our teams, and most importantly, upgrading our athletic fields and facilities to allow our athletes to compete at the highest level. Though it was a slow process at the start, the past 10 years has, quite frankly, been an incredible transformation both in our buildings and on our fields. All teams now are outfitted with their uniforms and are updated on a cycle every few years. And our teams are now provided with new and updated equipment. Let me share some improvements that you, our Board of Education trustees, and previous trustees as well, have supported and made come true for our student athletes. New boys and girls locker rooms in both our high school and middle school. Major upgrades to our swim pool in our middle school. Relocating and upgrading our softball field. Upgrading our baseball field with a warning track, bullpen, and batting cages. Upgrades in our high school fitness center. New fitness room in our middle school. Upgrade and expand our wrestling room at French Hill. Upgrade and maintain our grass practice fields. Replace our turf field. Replace our track. Resurface our tennis courts and fencing as well. And the list goes on and on. It has been the leadership under Jackie Carbone, as well as the board trustees, who have worked closely with Dr. Napolitano and Tom Cole in creating an atmosphere of support and vision that allows our students to be the best they can be. Our coaches and athletes, thank you for your leadership. The support that you have afforded me, both personally and professionally, has allowed me the opportunity to work in one of the best districts in New York State. We had the pleasure for the past few weeks to have many playoff games at Yorktown High School, and we also hosted the girls' soccer finals, which brought 8 different teams to play here at Yorktown High School. And I will tell you, on many occasions, parents and spectators from other schools would comment on what a wonderful facility we have here at Yorktown. So I share that with you, and thank you for your service, support, and commitment to the students in our district. I have with me this evening 2 high school students who would like to share their thoughts and experiences with you. Please welcome senior Tony Fiore. Tony plays on our volleyball team, and senior Siddharth Anand, who is a member of our boys tennis team.
Good evening. My name is Tony Fiore. It is an honor for me to be here and speak to you all tonight. I'm a student athlete on the varsity volleyball team, and I have been involved with sports since my freshman year. On behalf of the other athletes and myself, I would like to thank you all for allowing us to be a part of these programs and to have such amazing opportunities. The Board of Ed has provided us with funding needed, which in turn has allowed Yorktown athletes to be extremely successful. Furthermore, your funding has provided us with top-notch and well-kept facilities. We greatly appreciate everything you have done and continue to do for us. Being a part of a team has taught me qualities I will practice later on in life, such as leadership, the ability to work well and communicate with others, and how to overcome obstacles for a common goal. Being on a sports team has also taught me the importance of putting the team's needs before your own and the importance of having a positive attitude. Without your support for the athletic programs, I, along with many other athletes, may not have been able to acquire such vital traits. Thank you once again for supporting Yorktown athletics and allowing me and many others to have such incredible experiences. We are truly grateful. I would also like to take this opportunity to quickly thank Dr. Napolitano and Mr. DeGennaro for being very dedicated fans this year. We all really appreciate it.
It was easy to come to watch you, Tony, because you're a great team, phenomenal. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Siddharth Anand. I am a senior and member of the boys varsity tennis team. First of all, I'd like to say it's a huge honor to be talking to you all today. I'm a recipient of something wonderful that has happened to both boys and girls tennis teams. The courts were just recently resurfaced, and they've contributed to so much success. I mean, before, all we played on was basically a flat concrete land. We had grass going through the courts, cracks almost every week. But now these are professional grade courts. These are courts that the pros play on, that people all over the world would love to play on. And it's just a source of pride for me to say that I am a recipient, that these courts are mine. These courts belong to us. And I just wanted to really thank you for that. We've had a huge amount of success thanks to your funding, thanks to your support. As you may know, one of the members of our girls tennis team, Caitlin Ferrante, won the state championships practicing on these very courts. So 50 years down the road. 10, 15 years down the road, we can look at whoever else is down and say, you see that? State champion played right there, right there. It's just a way for us to say that we are playing in top-notch facilities, we are training, we are fighting, we are working with one another to compete with the best in the county, best in the state. And it's not just with tennis, it's with any other sport. It's because of the top-notch facilities, as Tony said, with any sport, football, baseball, softball, lacrosse, that you engender this sense of support in the school. I find myself both on the court and as a member of the student body in the crop or in the band playing and supporting our football team. You feel pride because these guys are representing us, representing our school, and they're playing on facilities that we are happy to call ours. Once again, this is just a huge source of pride for us. So thank you for that. So,
Thank you,
very much.
I would like to call each trustee's name, and please stand, and our students would walk over a small gift of appreciation for your service. Jackie Carbone. Anthony D'Alessandro. Christine Montero. Mike Magnani. Tom Donatelli. Rashmi Bose. Cheryl Reynolds. Somebody told me a long time ago, when you go to a party, you have to bring something, a little bit of something for everyone. So I would also like to acknowledge our administrative team that plays a major role during our Board of Education meetings. Dr. Ralph Napolitano. Assistant Superintendent for Business, Tom Cole. Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Lisa O'Shea. And our District Clerk, Yvette Siegel. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Siddharth, now you put some pressure on yourself because we have to acknowledge that Tony Fiore and the girls volleyball team was phenomenal. And then you acknowledge that Caitlin Ferrante is the state champion. And of course, with boys tennis coming up in the spring, maybe we're going to have another state champion on our hands? Sure. There you go. Now you know why he's a Renaissance man. So I would like to invite Siddharth back, but I think he's going to be accompanied by three of our wonderful art teachers, Bettina Verrata, Jen Astraub, and Vicki Garrett. So if the ladies would come up along with Siddharth. Hi, everybody.
Hello, once again. On behalf of the art teachers, Ms. Verada, Mrs. Garrett, and Mrs. Astrab, and students at Brookside, Mohansick, Crompond, and the middle school and high school, I would like to thank you for all you do to support the arts in the district. To show our appreciation, we'd like to present you with a work created by students in one of our extracurricular activities, the Mosaic Art Club. The process of creating a mosaic symbolizes teamwork and how all the small parts contribute to the whole. Each glass tile would mean nothing without the support of all the others. Similar to how a community and school district collaborates where all individuals contribute to the big picture. So thank you for your support of the department and extracurriculars and enabling us to expand our arts with new offerings like the Art Club, Mosaic Art Club, and Cultural Arts Club. We look forward to growing the program even further in the future and giving more opportunities to our talented art students. Thank you again. We really do recognize and appreciate you for all you do for our program.
Thank you. Can you just hold it up, Jackie? So that'll go in our boardroom, so thank you very much. And, you know, what I would like to say to the ladies, and Siddharth, you can stand for a second as well. You know, the music department here is phenomenal, and oftentimes we get to see them, as we did tonight, produce beautiful music. But the art department here is extraordinary. And although a lot of your work is done in the background of the classrooms and at, you know, showcases for the parents that we don't get to see on quite the same level that we see in music, I want you to know that it never goes unnoticed. There's never a time that I've seen the work of the students under your guidance that doesn't take my breath away. It's stunning, it's beautiful, and they work so well with your example and with your tutelage. You do such a great job. And I don't know if the board realizes this, but we've had some change in where people are. So Mrs. Astrab and Ms. Verada, who for many years spent a good time at Brookside School, French Hill, and also Mohansick, are now both at the high school. So, and doing some incredible work with our students there. And Vicki Garrett, who's been here a number of times as a leave replacement in different departments because she's multiply certified, is back finally as an art teacher and doing some work at Mohansick and the high school. We appreciate your talent, ladies, and thank you, Siddharth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know that the next person is somebody that's very familiar to the board. You've seen Debbie Brand on many occasions, one of our assistant principals at the high school, and you know that she has spoken to you about the genuine appreciation that she's had over these past 2 years. And I guess we're in year 3 now, right, Debbie, for the board's support of the Writing Center at the high school. So Debbie, if you'd like to come up and introduce some of our students.
Good evening, everyone. 2 years ago, I stood at this very spot requesting that the board believe in an initiative that we want to start in the high school to build a writing center. And despite the fact that the board only had my passion for the project and my promise to put forth a great deal of energy to making it successful, you had the foresight and the wisdom to take a chance on us. Your intellectual, financial, and emotional support have made a tremendous difference in the lives of our students. In order to share the difference you've made, we have brought in 5 veteran peer tutors. When I say veteran, that they've been in the program, most of them, for the full 3 years, which is the longest they can be in the program. They've not only helped in guiding students who seek help in their own writing, but also in training our newest peer tutors. Their testimonials will truly capture the gift you've brought to our school. So please help me in welcoming Siddharth Anand, Solomon Bearer, Sammy Drysdale, Molly Kane, and Valeria Manette.
All right, this is probably it, I think. But,
Except for that championship.
yeah, except for the championship. I will be back.
Okay.
With someone, not me. All right. My name is Siddharth Anand, as you probably know by now, and I'm a senior at Yorktown High School who has been a member of the Writing Center for 3 years. For these past few years, I've been part of a high school that has been changing in various ways, and one of them is obviously the Writing Center. This was introduced and came to life at the end of my freshman year, and since then it's just been this huge part of my life. The administration and the Board of Education have worked tirelessly to create things that would permanently expedite our education. The Writing Center was one of these things created 2 years ago. It was simple yet very effective because here was an opportunity to go to a place full of people who knew how to read your essays, to interpret your writing, to really improve how you communicated. And what was most interesting about this program was what you got out of it as a peer tutor, because every single interaction I had in this room was extremely rewarding because it significantly improved my own writing. So whoever I would help with their writing, I would get a chance to learn how to communicate with everyone else, learn a chance how to basically learn how to give criticism, take criticism, and learn how to make yourself better, improve constantly. I also like this concept because of the fact that it was so structured and so organized. I mean, here was a way for this seemingly it was a little bit non-existent in many areas, and the Writing Center really put it into practice of getting students to help one another. Frequently, every day, teachers are very supportive in the high school, and in all schools for that matter. But having someone else of your own age, your own caliber, tutor you, teach you, interact with you, learn from you, is much more rewarding. And I think that is the biggest thing that I got out of that. And I owe it all to you once again. So thank you so much for instituting this program and helping it become a big part of my life. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Siddharth.
Good evening. I'm Solomon Barrow. This is my third year as a peer tutor in the Writing Center. The Writing Center has been a great addition to my life and a great service for the high school. I've enjoyed working with teachers, fellow tutors, and students alike. Not only has the Writing Center been an opportunity for me to give back and help others, but it's been beneficial for myself as well. Albert Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Being in a position to tutor others, I have had to understand it well enough. The Writing Center has forced me to improve as a writer and a thinker and help better myself. The Writing Center has also provided me with a great community. Every person who puts in their time to be there has a certain mindset, and it is fun to meet and further get to know these individuals. I was speaking with Miss Brand just the other day about those who will be speaking with me this evening. After hearing the names, I commented that it was a good crew. She responded by saying that would be the case for any group of peer tutors, and her response embodied a core aspect of the Writing Center and made me reflect on all the benefits that it's provided me and our school. So I'd like to thank you for initiating this truly awesome program.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening. I'm Sammy Drysdale. I was asked to join the Writing Center as a peer tutor at the end of my freshman year. And I remember being astonished by the program at first. I thought, could a lowly freshman like me really help anyone that's older or smarter than me? And though it was a scary concept at first, I agreed partially through curiosity and partially through the need for community service hours. And at the time, I had no idea how much the Writing Center would grow to mean to me. Over these past 3 years as a peer tutor, I have seen the little blue room transform into a safe haven for students all throughout the high school. It's become a place where they know that everyone has their best interests at heart. Working as a tutor has reaped great benefits for me as a student. My own writing has improved greatly by being able to see the work of others. I've gotten the chance to interact with classmates on a more personal academic level. My communication skills have developed, and of course, the greatest benefit of all is the Tootsie Roll container that is in the Writing Center. However, I would say that as much as the Writing Center benefits me and my fellow tutors, it's the greatest asset to students who utilize it. On behalf of every ninth grader who walks in timidly, procrastinator who came in with a blank page for a paper due the next day, and senior who had no idea for a college essay, who all left with smiles on their faces, I thank you for giving them and us this opportunity.
Hi, I'm Molly Keene, and I am a senior at the high school. So when Mr. Waxler recommended me to be a peer tutor for the new Writing Center, I didn't hesitate. The moment I got that application, I filled it out at home. Now, I'll be honest, at first I did it for the community service hours, thinking I needed 80 hours to graduate. But then I realized that something special happens in that tiny, humdrum blue room squished between the cafeteria and the gym. It's truly special when you see students who are younger than you and older than you asking another student for help. And it's special to see students listening to each other and helping to build each other up. So rarely is there someone so adverse to seeking help in the Writing Center, but even when we do get a student like this, we still try and help them. So had the board not created the center, I would not have improved my own writing, I would not have improved my communication skills with my fellow peers, and I would not have realized that I liked helping people realize what they don't already. It started out thinking that we may not even be in the budget next year, but this year I'm proud to call the Writing Center my baby, and I'm going to be sad to leave it next year.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Valeria Minette, and I'm a senior. I've been a part of the Writing Center program since the start of my junior year. Although I did not start peer tutoring as early as some of my friends did, I found that being a part of the program has benefited me tremendously. Communication is so important, especially when we live in an age where people communicate most often through their technologies. Being a peer tutor has given me the opportunity to become more personable and has made it easier for me to meet new people. As well as helping others, being a peer tutor has allowed me to correct my own work at a higher level. I'm grateful to have been a part of the Writing Center as it gave me more confidence in both my writing skills and people skills, things that I'll be glad to take with me to college. Thanks so much to the board for giving me such a great opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. And we have, Mrs. Brand, did you want to say something else? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So I left somebody out, so forgive me. When I first came in, Mrs. Horowitz made a big point about talking about a young man, and she was looking at Matt Laka, and I was thinking, what's so young about him? He's been around forever. So in my distraction, I was going to make him number 4.5. Is that what we agreed to? And now you became number 7. And I'm sorry, that's one of my favorite numbers. That's all I could say to you. So I don't know, Mrs. Horowitz, were you coming up with Mr. Laka or Mrs. Sniffen? Okay, perfect. And the children? Wonderful.
Good evening. Welcome. I'm Sue Sniffen, and I'm going to be introducing this young Mr. Laka. And we wanted to honor you tonight. Well, actually, our students wanted to. And he's going to explain what the gift that we're giving you. I'm going to pass it out, and he's going to show you what's in it. And our student is going to explain one of the items that he designed on the 3D printer that we have been using.
Good evening, everyone. I am the young Matt Ladka. So. I'd like to thank the Board of Education on behalf of the middle school. What we are doing is pretty ingenious. We recently just got our 3D printers last year, and we have a couple student-driven activities that we do. And here to introduce one of them is the creator of one of them, and he'll explain it very quickly.
So I had to design a paperclip for a project in school. So I designed, so he gave an example, and since it had some problems, I would find it, and then made it Yorktown themed to honor the board.
Terrific.
So it's like a simple design with 2 prongs, and then you pull forward, and it goes over the paper and hold it together.
That's great. Oh, yeah, and you'll have one. Yeah, look at that. Paperclip. That's very cool. Very cool. Thank you.
And then the paper clip. Really nice.
Another gift that we created, another student example is, and I wanted to add a little bit of excitement so that we could represent you, and hopefully you don't ever forget your initials. We created a necklace for you to put around, hopefully at every board meeting, so that we know who's who. And this is something that we created on our 3D printers, and everyone has that. So thank you very much. And if we're on behalf of the middle school, we thank you not only in the support of technology, but the technology education department. We've been very fortunate in all my time here to have an incredible program here in the middle school. And once again, thank you.
And we have an incredible teacher in you, Mr. Laka, so thank you also. And
I'm sorry, one thing I forgot to mention. It is an honor to be here tonight. My coworker, Rob Stacegill, he's not here, but he does a tremendous job down in the middle school technology education program. And we're just excited, and it's been an honor to be here for the last 24 years.
Great. Well, and to think you're such a kid. And thank Mr. Stacegill on our behalf also. I don't know if all of you, I don't know if you can get to see our little initials, but very good. I'm wearing it to work tomorrow, so don't be surprised. And I don't know if you noticed these ingenious paper clips that the young man actually produced. Really incredible, incredible. Mrs. Horowitz.
Well, there was a plan behind this. That's your sneak preview for the middle school Good News in January. It's just a sneak preview. On behalf of the middle school, we'd really like to thank the board for all of your support with our character education and our one-to-one Chromebook initiative, for all your support and your belief in character education and the use of technology. And we just have a small gift for you to celebrate us being a National District of Character, and Ms. Arreo is going to be here to help hand these out for me. It's just pens that say Yorktown Central School District, a National District of Character.
Beautiful. So thank you very much.
And they write very well, too.
Thank you.
So before I give the administrators an opportunity to have snack, since everybody else left, Mrs. O'Shea is actually going to read a proclamation from the governor, and I would love for you to give her your undivided attention.
Good evening. It's my honor to read this proclamation from Governor Cuomo. I would be amazed if the community actually knew the dedication and the scope and the breadth of the efforts that you put in on behalf of the students and the staff at Yorktown School District. It's beyond the two monthly meetings. You're doing committee work. You're in communication with the superintendent and with each other throughout the month. So it's really beyond just these two meetings. And I don't know if people really can appreciate all that you do. So thank you. This is the proclamation. Whereas each year, School Board Recognition Week is observed by the more than 700 school boards in school districts throughout the Empire State. And whereas our state's public education system is designed to meet the educational needs of all children and to empower them to become competent, productive contributors to society and an ever-changing world. And whereas members of local school boards are dedicated to children, learning, and community, and devote many hours of service to elementary and secondary public education as they continually strive for improvement, excellence, and progress in education, recognizing that all children can be successful learners, especially when education is tailored to the individual needs of the child. And whereas local school board members are strong advocates for public education and are responsible for communicating the needs of the school district to the public and the public's expectations to the district by working closely with parents, educational professionals, and other community members to create the educational vision we all hold for today's students and those in the future. And whereas the members of New York State's local school boards respond to the educational needs of the communities they serve and help ensure the solid foundation of our school system, in doing so, these leaders help strengthen our state's educational system and improve future prospects for our children. And whereas special activities and programs will be held in communities across New York State in observance of School Board Recognition Week, and it is fitting to join in acknowledging the commitment and contributions of members of local school boards, therefore I, Andrew Cuomo, Governor of the State of New York, do hereby proclaim this as School Board Recognition Week. Thank you.
So before we take our break, I did want to say to the board, congratulations. And I hope that what you were able to gather from tonight is not only a sense of appreciation and gratitude for all that you do for us, but to see the scope of the kind of program and the educational experience that our students have from the music that was presented by Amanda Montgomery, along with Mr. Arduini and Nancy Tarenti and members of her orchestra, to the students, as they were speaking, always managed to work in character at some point of the discussion, to Lisa Tomini and the important role of parents and the community and how they interact and also respond so positively to education by supporting the budget each year, from FIO with the athletic department, and also thank you for all your recollections of all the facility work that has gone on over the years here, to technology that Mr. Laka presented along with Sue Sniffen, to art with Bettina, Jen, and Victoria, and academics with Debbie and the Writing Center. So many things go on in our schools every day that are just so beautiful. We have the greatest kids in the world. We're so blessed. And I have such confidence that our students, it's not that they never make mistakes. I wouldn't want to misrepresent them, nor would they want to be misrepresented, as all of us do. On occasion, we don't perhaps make the right choice or decision. But our students are very reflective. They always think about what they do, how they could have done something better, and they're always thinking about what they can be doing for the community at large, and how that when they are doing things for other people, they feel better about who they are, and they learn from what they do for others. They are the greatest kids, and we're really fortunate to have them. And we have a wonderful faculty and staff and great administrators, and I know that you know that. And I think we're able to work the way we work because we have you. And you're a wonderful board in all ways and always. You are good to us. You care about the kids. You care about their education. You care about their families. And as a result, we have a stellar district. I couldn't be prouder and more happy to be here. So I thank you all very, very much. Thank you. And you have certificates.
Thank you. This was a little bit more than overwhelming tonight. It's like, wow. But it's really easy to be part of this team because this team is the entire district. It's not one person or two people. Everybody works well together, and it's always for the benefit of the students. And we do have phenomenal staff, and we thank you for coming out and recognizing us. But we always want to recognize you because you guys make this district, and along with the kids, that's what makes Yorktown special. We have wonderful administrators. We have a tremendous central administration. So you guys make it easy to be on the board. But thank you for everything.
Great.
Anybody else want to say anything? All right. Thank you.
So now that everybody's gone home, and I have snacks for everybody that went home, you're going to have to stay and have a treat just to entertain me for 30 seconds. And then as soon as you have your treat, you can go. How does that sound? Okay.
Hard to come back after that. I need to ask for public comment. Is there anybody wishing to speak? Okay, let's move on to our... This is kind of a letdown now to have the meeting, you know?
Yeah,
Personnel, we just have a couple of resolutions. Upon recommendation of the superintendent, a motion that the following resolutions be approved. We have a CTA stipend. Be it resolved, the Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to execute the memorandum of agreement between the Yorktown Central School District and the Certified Teaching Assistants and Teaching Aid chapters of the YCT to provide a $500 stipend to identified CTAs to support the Applied Behavior Analysis Specialized Programs. A copy shall be incorporated within the reference of this meetings. On the substitute contract, be it resolved, the Board of Education authorizes the superintendent to execute a memorandum of agreement between the Yorktown Central School District and the substitute teachers chapter of the YCT to provide for a rollover of the 2014-15 collective bargaining agreement between the parties for a 2-year period to extend the expired contract from September 1st, 2015 to August 31st, 2017. A copy shall be incorporated by reference within the minutes of this meeting. Clerical contract, be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to execute a memorandum of agreement between the Yorktown Central School District and the Clerical Association chapter of the YCT, providing a modification of the July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2019 collective bargaining agreement to provide a conversion of unused personal days from the previous fiscal year to be credited to the employee's sick time accrual, not to exceed the employee's maximum sick leave accumulation of 200 days. A copy of the agreement shall be incorporated within the reference of these meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Policies. Be it resolved that the following policies shall be deleted from the policy manual because they are either obsolete, unnecessary, or included within other policies. We're doing school district goals and objectives, their regulations, school district goals and objectives and strategic planning goals, purchasing exhibit, staff ethics, professional development, and professional development regulation.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have first reads. There is no motion with first reads. We have 5 we are amending, which means they have changes to them. We have the mission statement and vision, accountability, purchasing and its regulation, and 1 exhibit for purchasing. And we reviewed 2 with no changes, evaluation of the superintendent and evaluation of instructional programs. So if anybody has any comments, did anybody read them?
Yes.
Everybody's good with them?
Yes.
Okay, so at the next meeting, we can adopt them unless people have questions or comments. We are liking this process. We are moving policy along. Right, Cheryl?
Yes, we are.
Good job, Cheryl.
Good job.
Business office, school physician. A motion to approve the agreement with Dr. Deanna Sandor as school physician for the 2016-17 school year.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A letter of intent for ice hockey. A motion to approve the merger of the Yorktown varsity ice hockey team with the Brewster varsity ice hockey team for the 16-17 winter season.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ralph, why are we contemplating the merger?
At this point, I'm sorry, at this point in time, neither we nor Brewster have enough students to actually have a team. So by merging the teams, we're able to continue to participate in a sport that's important to the students that are remaining.
Okay, with the same conditions that ice hockey is always maintained in
Yes,
Yorktown?
absolutely.
Terrific. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A lease amendment, a motion to approve the attached amendment number 9 to the rental contract with the YAC Wrestling for space at French Hill.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Gifts, grants, and donations, a motion to accept with gratitude for the Yorktown High School, a grant and aid from the office of Senator Terrence Murphy in the amount of $35,000, $10,000 to be placed into account for the purchase and installation of a trophy case at Yorktown High School, and $25,000 to be placed in a trust and agency fund to be used to offset the cost of the new section of bleachers at Murphy Field. At the middle school, a donation in the amount of $1,567.70 from the Mildred Strang PTA for an author visit for Wendy Moss. At Mohansick, a donation in the amount of $999 from the Mohansick PTA for a water filling station in the cafeteria, and a donation in the amount of a $500 gift card for 100 various age-appropriate books and a membership from BJ's Warehouse Wholesale Club.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much for your generous donations. Public comment. Anybody wishing to speak? Nope. We are up to board comment. Anthony? Turn the speaker.
Good job, Anthony.
Okay,
It hurts your
my
ears,
ears are
doesn't
killing
it?
me as it is. I just want to thank That's okay. Might have to skip me because my ears really...
You can't do it? Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony.
I just want to thank everyone. Today has truly been such a rewarding evening. I think what makes it most rewarding is, we appreciate the administration too, and working with such a dynamic and such a dedicated team that's truly committed to children first and putting children first. It's not something that you say, it's something that you do and model each and every day. But I think what really touched my heart this evening was the testimonials from the children. And whether they're in kindergarten or whether they're in 12th grade, I continue to refer to them as our children here in the district. And hearing the testimonials from the students about the sports and the activities and the writing center, I think it really struck home for me, and it really touched a nerve, a positive nerve, and it was a fantastic evening. And every year, under the leadership of our superintendent and our school leaders, it just continues to become, get better and better. So thank you all, and thank you to the faculty, the staff, and the children, first and foremost, that were here this evening. Thank you.
No? Mike?
I'll pass.
Rashmi?
Great job.
I just wanted to say thank you for a great evening. It is truly a pleasure to work with our administrators, our teachers, staff, parents, and the students in the district. We are very, proud to serve here on the board, and it is really a pleasure. And Ralph, Lisa, and Tom, your leadership is really invaluable. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
Cheryl?
I just wanted to say this is my first year. Actually, next meeting will be exactly a year. And this was overwhelming tonight. Really, truly a testament to our district as a whole. Everyone who came out tonight, the staff and the students. And it was really nice to see all the students here and all that they had to say. It was nice to see that it really says a lot about our district that you see someone like Siddharth, who represented so many different organizations, that we have kids plugged into not only one sport, but more than one sport, but more than one co-curricular. So it says a lot about our district as a whole, and I really wanted to thank everyone who came out tonight.
Yeah, I echo everybody's sentiments. It's absolutely true. This is a phenomenal district, and our staff was just tremendous coming out like that. They come out on nights like this. Our kids come out. It was really refreshing to see what our programs have meant to our students, and it was nice to bring the writing program out to see how, not just how they got something in helping other students, but how they could acknowledge that it helped them themselves. And I just love that we've expanded programs under your leadership, so we thank you very much, and we thank everybody who came out. The students are wonderful. The staff is tremendous. It's been an overwhelming night, so thank you all.
Thank you.
Ralph, Tom, Lisa, anything?
I just want to remember that Friday we're off for Veterans Day, and I hope that everybody will keep our veterans in their thought and prayer, those that are in the past, those that are still serving our country and who put their lives at risk so that America can be the great country that it is. So I just never want to lose sight of it's a day off. It's a day off because there are wonderful people that we're honoring who've done a lot for us. So.
If I could add, I'm sure you've seen the letters that are around the table from some of our elementary students, and I just want to read one that's written to the Board of Education. It's from Sasha, a second grader at Brookside, and she says, "Dear Board of Education, thank you for helping us learn how to do math, writing, and helping us learn. Also, thank you for giving us a good lunch and giving us a good playground. My favorite thing about school is that it has its own library, and on the front it says, 'The library rocks.'" Thank you.
Great.
All right, anybody else? We are good? Anthony, are you good? Okay, so can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Good night.
Good night.